This is the Global Podcast Network, where executives and professionals connect, share, and inspire. Stay tuned for the conversations that drive success.
Welcome back to the show. We are honored to have Quantum Energy Medicine joining us with Susan Ehrenkiel. Yeah, that's the name of her company. And we're ecstatic she's back here to talk to us today more about, her intuitive side. I know she might give me a reading. She's also a massage therapist, energy worker as a Reiki master, and so much more. So first and foremost, would you mind just sharing a little bit about who you are and what you do?
Yes, thank you for having me. First of all, I would love for everyone to send some healing energy in my area. We are having a 500-year flood in the Milwaukee area. A lot of people are losing their homes, cars, all their belongings. The water is pretty intense in our area. I've been very blessed. I'm good and safe, but yes, it's pretty traumatic in our area right now. So if everyone could just send some healing, loving energy, that would be very appreciative.
Oh, please. I'm so sorry. I honestly didn't hear anything about it. I haven't watched the news, but I'm sure it's all over the news. And to all those poor families and
Hmm.
people for their safety, for their homes, for their children, for their parents. Okay. Thank you so much.
Yes,
Well, I
you're
hope you guys
welcome.
get through it the best you can.
Yeah, we're doing great, thank goodness, but there's many that aren't. So thank you for
Oh,
that.
you're welcome, sweetheart. So talk to me. You are an intuitive. Tell me a little bit about yourself.
Okay, so I am a massage therapist, intuitive, psychic medium that also does past life regressions on a quantum hypnosis level. So I'm a firm believer that some emotional components that we hold within our physical body in this lifetime could be related to past lives or
Mm,
our ancestors or from our childhood. Most likely,
wow.
a lot of the issues we're holding within our physical being is usually stemming from our childhood or things that we did not resolve in past lives carry forward. Even though the soul is renewed and cleansed, when it enters a new body, that body carries that energy, because we're energy, to bleed out within us when needed to resolve something we didn't resolve in a past life in this current life. So there's a lot of parallels.
Oh my goodness. Well, thank you for sharing that. And I know you're here today as a healer and you're helping so many. You mentioned doing a reading for me, and I'm so down for that. And I'm willing to talk about anything and everything. Is that what you wanted to start with, or did you have something
Yes,
else in mind?
yes.
And
Oh,
by the way,
no.
I've been looking, I'm like searching on my desk for like a good piece of paper so I could take some notes if that's okay. Because I'm sure a lot of
Oh,
people
definitely.
do, right?
Definitely, definitely. So, one thing I'm going to say as I'm reading you, if this resonates with any of the listeners, this also applies to you. Spirit comes not just to one individual, they come to all. So if it resonates with you, this is also a message for you. If it doesn't resonate, then it's not for you. So spirit works in many ways. And the interesting with spirit is not all spirit people can communicate. Sometimes they have to teach us, sometimes we teach them. It depends on how advanced they are. So when I say something, I don't want you to think, I want you to feel, because it's deeper than this present life. And that's why I don't want the brain to get in the way. I want your heart to feel or your body to feel what I'm saying more than your mind interpreting or trying to make sense or logic of what I'm saying. Okay?
Okay. Okay, great.
Okay, so do you have any physical elements or any fears or phobias that you just can't figure out where they're coming from?
Not a fear or phobia, but a physical ailment. Is that what you were saying?
Yeah, it could be
I,
any of the above.
since I was a child, and I'm 47 now, and I've seen all these doctors. My stomach, I can't eat. I mean, I eat, don't get me wrong, but every time I eat, and I've done diet eliminations, I've done nutritional therapy, I've done, the camera study down my throat, I've done radioactive studies, my transit time's normal, everything's fine, but it doesn't matter. When I eat, my stomach bloats, and it is the most painful thing my whole entire life. So I have to kind of eat like a chipmunk. And on days I'm going out or something, I can't eat at all. I have to starve myself. It's been since I was a child. And my mother had the same problem. And she said, "Oh, when I got pregnant, it went away." And so I'm like, okay, so I left like Temple University, like the best doctor in 2010, who did all the studies, says, "We don't know what's wrong with you. Maybe get pregnant like your mom." Joking, right? And then I got pregnant 5 years later and did nothing. So I'm in, like, people go out to dinner and have fun, and I'm sitting there. They think, "What is she like? Not like food, or she can't eat." I have to pick, and I can't really eat much. It's physical pain. Every time it goes in my body, it's telling me it doesn't want to be there. And then people think that's weird, but I'm like, no, I'm better not eating. It's bizarre. It
No,
hurts
not at all.
and
Not at
distended
all.
so my whole life, no one can figure it out. So what is it? What it's if the medical doctors say everything's fine and your transit time's fine and there's nothing, there's no, I have no idea why food is so painful to me.
Well, for one, energy doctors can't diagnose with tests, x-rays, blood work. So energy's energy.
Yeah.
And our body holds energy as we were talking. So the first thing I want you to do without thinking, what's the first thing that comes into your thought process? It could feel like you're making it up or imagining something, but the first thing that pops in when I say to you, now no thinking. And as we're already experiencing, this is an ancestral issue because your mom had it. So now she carried this on to you. So the first thing, without making logic, what's the first thing that pops in your head when I say, what are you not digesting in life? What's the first thing that pops up? And I'm seeing you're
I
about 4 or 5 years old. So it goes back to your childhood. What
my
happened that you weren't absorbing or couldn't handle?
my parents, it was tumultuous. It was fighting every single day. Like really bad, like
Mm-hmm.
fighting physically. My mom was like aggressive with him, but he was verbally abusive. And so I would always be in my room, holding my ears, blasting my radio, and they would fight so bad. And as I got older, the cops would come over all the time. And, there's been times where actually my mom stabbed him in the back and I had to pull the knife out, like, because they hated each other.
Did
So
you ever see and experience all that? I mean, were
oh,
you
I
in
was a
there?
part of it. Yeah, I had to pull the knife out the time one time.
How
But
old were you?
I don't remember, to be honest. I don't, and I feel like I blocked out a lot of my childhood when my
You
family and my
do.
friends are talking about, "Oh, you remember this and that," and I'm just like, I just said this the other day to someone. I said, "I don't think I remember much of it." What? And then I found a diary in my storage, and like it's downstairs in my home, and like 2 or 3 years ago, I went through it, and it was so sad. Because I'm talking about, like, on this day, my mom and dad fighting, beating each other up. And I'm like, oh my God, I used to write about this. Like, I have no memory of it. I must have blocked it out because it's so hard. I
Yes. And your body's hanging on to this, and your
yeah.
body's telling you it no longer serves you. I also feel like you've also been in abusive relationships throughout your time, which you felt was almost normal in a way, but unhealthy, but you didn't know what healthy looked like. And
True.
as you're growing older, you're starting to experience and knowing that that wasn't normal, even though as a little being, you knew there was a lot of anger, frustration, deceivement, all these emotions. And when you're little, you don't understand what all this means.
Mm-mm.
So your physical body is hanging on to all this because you could not handle what was going on in your life as a little person and growing up and then experiencing it yourself. How am I doing so far?
Yeah, you're good. And it's funny, I wouldn't say abusive relationships, but then think about it. I'll tell you my relationships, I've always been attracted to men that are jealous and why are you
That's not
talking to this
healthy.
guy? Why? No, and I'm working in television. I had a boyfriend, I was working in television. I'm on air with my co-host, and we were anchoring, and I put my hand on him, we're talking. And then I did a segment cooking with someone. He calls me, why were you touching him? Why? I'm like, we're cooking food. I'm like, I'm on TV. I'm like, what's the very, I attract insecure, jealous people. And I look at and I laugh because I'm like, oh, I'll never do like my mom dealt with these jealous guys, and then I ended up getting rid of them. But it's like, why do I even entertain that? You
Well,
know?
because it's in your energy field. Because it sound like you just said your mom also attracted this. So now we find out we can break ancestral energies that we carry. And when we do break them, and I feel you did break them, and you decided, I'm no longer going to do this. So why are you not letting go of that? So when I want you to tune in to your stomach right now, just feel what's going on. And if your stomach could talk to you, what is it telling you right now that you are not digesting? That you are a little, you do have a little fear there that you're afraid to see something. So then the stomach is talking to you, saying she's not quite ready to let this go because she doesn't want to see what really happened. So, and once again, I'm seeing you very young, and there's something parallel right now in your life that's bringing this forward. So, when did the stomach issues actually start? Because we got to start
Well,
there.
well, it's funny. I don't remember, but I look back at pictures, and even when my mom was alive, like, and I would look, I was in like my one piece bathing suit in front of my house, this black and white polka dot bathing suit, and my stomach was like this. I felt like I looked like an Ethiopian child, like
Mm-hmm.
the ones that have the distended stomach, and I never realized it. But then, like, if I think about it, I was never able to eat breakfast. Like, I never was able to eat breakfast. And like I just did, I said I didn't like it, or like it hurts my stomach, but I never, food has always been an enemy. And like right now, I did have a late dinner last night, which kills me, but I love pasta and I love it and I love it. I love it. And so now my stomach is, I woke up, it's bloated and I feel fat. I feel pregnant. Like it's just so uncomfortable where I just want to sleep it off.
So would you say that you actually remember that in junior high happening, grade school, high school?
Everywhere. So then, like, once the kids started going out for lunch, like and driving and going out, they would go to Taco Bell, they go to McDonald's, and we'd go. I couldn't eat. And people like might have thought I was like anorexic or something, and I'm not at all. But I have to eat quietly, like at night, because that's when it hurts the most. And then I go to sleep so I don't feel the pain. So I'll eat I don't eat breakfast, I don't eat lunch. I'll snack on something. And even like the doctor said, the best thing for your body to digest is chicken or eggs. So then I tried the egg diet, and it still hurts. Everything hurts. But I'm like, I'm okay. I'm alive. I'm healthy. So I think my body's so accustomed to this, but it's a shame that I have to deal with that pain. And then I always put it off and I say, people have it worse. There's young children who have cancer who are dying. There's people with severe disabilities. So if I have to deal with this, okay. And then I found out through genetic testing when I was doing IVF that I have hereditary fructose intolerance, but I only have one of the genes, so they says that really doesn't affect me. But that
Right.
means your body doesn't process sugar, and everything has sugar in it, right? So, but I thought that was my miracle cure, and I ran to the doctor, and I was like, "This is why my body doesn't." He's like, "Well, you only have the one gene." So even I went as far as to go to my dad's, well, I don't even know him, but my son's sperm donor. And to, even though I don't know him, I had them test him for this. I said, because if he has this hereditary fructose intolerance gene, it could be a double whammy. And then my son is going to really suffer. And like that was, so like it's just been an ongoing battle. And it's
So you,
embarrassing. I can't go to a wedding. I can't go out with friends unless
oh,
I starve myself.
oh,
But I'm
that's not
used to
fun.
it. It's not, but I'm also
Let's change it.
okay.
Let's change it. You want to
Thank you.
change it, and we'll change it for your son as well. Okay.
Yeah,
Because
my
when
little
you
guy has
heal, go ahead.
my little guy who's 8 has it. And he's
Hmm.
like, Mommy, why am I fat? I'm like, you're not fat. I said, by the end of the day, you have a distended belly. And I know it hurts. I said, my older son doesn't have it. I said, he doesn't know why. He's like, but I'm fat. I'm like, you're not fat. It's called bloated. And mommy has it. But I feel like now it's passed to him. And I'm scared because,
And we can change that. Energy changes. When you heal, it heals through your lineage, your kids, their kids, and so on. So it does sound like ancestral imprint or energy carried through. So what I would like you to do is be still for a moment, connect with your stomach and that bloating. And if it could talk, what would it say to you? What aren't you letting go of? What are you frustrated with? What are you unprocessing with anger? What's the first thing that pops up? The
Well,
very first thing. How old
well,
are you? Where are you? Who's involved?
well, I'm just angry that my mom passed 8 years ago, and that makes me
Nope.
angry, but that has nothing to
I
do
get
with
it.
this.
No, I
Okay.
get, well,
Like,
that's feeding into it. You're right. That's feeding, but we got to go way back to when you were little.
I
Let's go
don't
way
remember,
back.
Susan. I don't remember.
Okay,
I just,
we're not going with your mind.
okay, okay.
Go with your
Yeah.
stomach. If it could talk, don't think I want no logic because it's deeper than now, as we know, because we know it's ancestral. So if it could talk, what would it say? Obviously, you got anger right there. You told me with your mom. I want to go further back. It may not make sense. Don't make it make sense. That's your analytical
I
mind. And I,
just hated being alone in my room, trying to study for tests and trying to do my work and hearing them fight all the time and hit each other and getting the cops called at the house. So all that frustration comes up. And,
okay,
there's only
so
so much.
what? Yep. So what I want you to do is breathe in to those sensations. 3 beautiful deep breaths. And aim that energy to your stomach with love. Now I want you to feel, does anything feel different and anything else pop in? Anything else that may or may not make sense?
No, I mean, but then like I got like my dad in my head. Like when I was younger, my dad would always make fun of like my boobs. They tell me
Mm-hmm.
like they were like mosquito bites, and so that's why I always had an issue with that. Then I go and get breast implants at 20 years old. But my dad was like very verbally abusive to people, and he just
Mm-hmm.
wasn't like nice like that. But that just came up because that's a physical thing. But
But that you're
stomach
not
wise,
digesting that. So
I'm
that
not.
makes sense to me. So
Okay.
moving forward, I believe that forgiveness helps shift the situation. I believe that we pick our parents when we come here. We pick them to learn and grow from them, learn lessons from them. I believe our soul orchestrates all of this to
Yeah.
help us be a better person.
Yeah.
And that can be hard to grab. Why would I do this? Why would I pick these parents? I hear this all the time. So when we forgive them, now when I say forgiveness, I'm not saying forgive them. I'm saying forgive them for how they made you feel. Because that is what we're hanging on to is that emotion of not feeling good enough, feeling afraid,
Yeah.
afraid of the unknown. I don't know what's going to happen, afraid of words that didn't resonate me, which were being poured upon me. And they didn't feel right to you because they didn't resonate with you, but yet your body's hanging on to that. And all of that to me is a lot of anger and resentment that you are not processing because that's not who you are. So when I
Mhm.
say forgive, you forgive them for how they made you feel
I make them feel.
emotionally.
Got it. I'm writing this down.
And then you need to forgive yourself for hanging on to all these emotions that have been pulled on you, all these events that have been pushed on you. And once again, they're coming to us to help us be a better person.
Hmm.
So when we forgive ourselves, then to hanging on to all this emotion that we're saying to ourselves, what did I do wrong? Why is this happening to me? I'm a good person. I don't understand. Well, once again, that's helping you see that you are a good person.
Hmm.
You are a loving, kind individual. to me, then you got to forgive yourself for hanging on to all this
Yeah.
that doesn't resonate with you. So then we forgive them for the emotion that they pushed upon us.
Mm-hmm.
And then we forgive ourselves for hanging on to it because that's what's physically eating at us.
Yeah.
And then we put forgiveness around it all, give it up to God, source, universe, whatever your terminology is. And then we let it go. We got to let it go. And then the healing energy starts to come in and it starts to find the balance because you're no longer hanging on to those emotions that are
Mm-hmm.
feeding that physical element. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
How
it
does that
does.
feel when I say that to you?
It feels so nice and calming, and I'm like, I hope this can work because I
Oh
don't want
no,
to
let's keep an
suffer. Like,
open
I
mind.
know,
Keep an
I know.
open mind.
Okay, 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 okay.
All right, so now let's go further. Okay, let's go further into this. Do you believe in past lives?
Oh, yes, for sure.
Okay, wonderful. So, oh, you had trouble having children, did you say?
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
this makes sense. Okay. Now, if this does not resonate with you, do not take it. Okay.
Okay,
And just tell me no or yes,
okay,
because the yes and no helps me go in where I need to go. Because the
okay,
yeses feed the energy and I get more and more
okay.
information. So, what I'm seeing in a past life is, um, oh, are you okay with me saying this publicly?
Absolutely.
Okay. I just want to
Anything.
make sure, I want to make sure you're comfortable. I always need permission.
Please, yes.
So what I'm seeing as you were in a past life in the early 1800s, you were a woman. Excuse me. You were actually a little girl. You were about maybe 15, 16 years old. And well, yeah, back then we had
Hey,
children younger. And you caught a rare disease. I don't know if it's the plague, but you had some kind of element that affected you and the baby, and which scarred your uterus. So during the process, you had a premature birth, which also scarred your uterus, making it not able to bear children again.
mm-hmm. Aw.
And then I also said, does that feel anything resonate with you with that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So then during the process in this life, and then in another past life, you said, I never want to have children. Did you ever
Good.
say that as a child in this lifetime?
Never. I always wanted children.
Good, good, good. Because I feel that also is feeding into it. So you must have healed that somewhere along the line,
Okay.
which then presents this lifetime in the family situation you were in. Think about that. Would you want to bring children into an environment like this?
Mm-hmm.
Your
That's
body's carrying that energy of what if I'm in that same situation as my parents, because you are of them.
yeah.
So maybe not on a conscious level, but
At a
on a subconscious
subconscious
level,
level.
you're holding that energy still.
Yeah. Wow.
Does does that make sense?
Uh-huh.
And then it's hard to digest all this because you just told me you wanted children in this lifetime.
So bad, so bad. So all I always wanted kids, 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 kids. And then that's kind of like what I focused on. Well, I focused on my career. And then I felt like, oh my gosh, well, now I don't have time for a relationship. I'm getting up at 2 in the morning. How do you date someone and meet someone? Your whole life revolves around
When
work
you're
and you got to
busy,
work. Uh-huh. And then
and how do you find
every
that balance?
And then how do you find the guy that wants to have kids? Like, hi, nice to meet you, but I want to have children to scare them away. And that's exactly what happened. Every guy was like, I dated someone for 4 years and he's like, oh, we tried having kids and I couldn't. And then finally, this is an ironic story, we got to the doctor and they said, oh, well, it's her. You need to, whatever, we got to do IVF, blah, 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 whatever. So long story short, the guy backs out on me. I'm already doing shots, backs out on me like the day before we have to put his sperm mixed with my egg. And he says, I just can't do this. I can't. And I was devastated. And I said, F you. I went online and I went to a sperm bank. I ordered sperm and I did it myself. I mean, it didn't work the first time, but I did it myself. And I said, I don't need you. I don't need anyone. Like I
Yep.
became very tough but I'm like,
Independent.
Yes.
Because you were always in the fear of the unknown of what
And
happens, and the unknown was putting a lot of fear in you. And now that tipping point, that experience empowered you. I don't need anybody.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
why are you still hanging on to this in your stomach? Look at everything that you've created and have achieved. You no longer need to hang on to this. Do you see
No.
where I'm going with all this? Look at
Yeah.
how far you've come. Why are you still hanging on to all this? Is there something deeper in there that you're afraid of or not absorbing? You had a lot of incidences in your life, and you're not even that old yet. That was a lot of impact, which I can see why you would have digestive issues and stomach issues, because that's a lot to absorb, especially as a little person.
Yeah. Well, I always feared men because I always saw how a man treated my mom. So I never trusted men. And to this day, I still don't really trust men.
Well,
Like I
look at what
feel,
you just told me with your experience.
yeah.
Of
And
course, you
then I
wouldn't
date
trust
the
them.
next one. And I just don't, and I'm just so like hurt that and I still attract that person. But then I say, if I'm over, it, why am I still attracting these type of men that are non-committal or like it's weird. And I'm like, it's me. It's not just them. It's also me because that's what I'm attracting. I'm putting out there. But like, why am I getting jealous men? I'm 47. I don't have time for jealousy. I have two kids and it's, perfect example. I can tell you this. Oh my gosh, we're almost out of time. But I had, like this guy that I just started dating last night tells me a few months ago, I told him, you're number four. Like, if you want to date me, this is it. I'm number one, even though I don't put the oxygen mask on
But
first. It's
no,
really my
that's
kids,
good. That's
then
good.
my two
Yeah.
kids. Number four, you want to be number four? Great. I wouldn't want to be anyone's number four, but this is my life. There's no every other weekend. There's no,
I love your
it's
honesty.
so
Yes.
yeah. And then I told him that was great, is great, is great, is fine. And all of a sudden last night he tells me, I really got to move up on the ladder. I'm like, excuse me? I'm like, where do you think you're going to fit in? He's like, well, he's like, he's like, I just need you to give me more time. And I'm like, told you since day one, I don't have time. I'm a single mother. I work hard. The only way I can give you more time is if I didn't have to work. But I'm not asking you to pay my bills and to provide for me, which part of me wants that lifestyle because I never had it. I've always been a hard worker. I would
Oh
love to
no,
have someone,
you're a
but
worker. You're a driver. There's no way
I
you could be a
am. But I'm
passenger.
like, the only thing that I can give him up my life is my job, and then I'll have more time for you. But I'm not asking you to do that. But
Yeah.
all of a sudden, he got like that last night, saying that, I just need to feel more. I need more from you. And I'm like, I can't give more. I can't give more.
You just haven't found the right person. So what is a continuing pattern with the men?
I tell them the truth up front always that I'm really
But
not.
are you saying it too quick, and how are you saying it?
Just it's like a disclaimer. Like I just don't have much time. Like I
So
told
you
I
got to say it more lovingly so you're not scaring them,
yeah,
because men, they want to be in, sorry, I don't want to stereotype,
I know.
but they like to provide for us. And I mean, that's an old imprint. Even though women
Yes.
work nowadays, they still
Yes.
want to provide. And the women's the nurturer. I mean, it's in our
Yes.
nature.
Oh gosh.
So,
We're gonna have to continue this. We are
oh
over time.
darn, oh
Can we
darn.
pick up on this next time? But I wish we had
I,
an hour
I,
show. I'm
I
so
think,
sorry.
this is my last one, sweetie pie.
Oh my gosh. Well, thank you for your help to, oh my gosh.
I want you to
Okay.
tune into this stomach moving forward. When it starts to talk, listen to it. Say, what are you trying to say? What am I not digesting? And deal with that. Deal with it. Don't put it aside. Don't think it's your imagination. Actually listen to it and take action with that. Your relationships will start changing. Your stomach will be happier and healthier. This is related to not digesting things in your life with the male and female energies because of your childhood with your parents,
Oh, thank
and
you so much.
the other issues in a past life.
Wow.
Oh, it
Thank
was
you for telling.
lovely talking
Same
to
here, Susan.
you.
How do we
Please
contact you?
reach out to me though when things shift, because they're going to shift.
All right. Thank you so much. How do we contact you, Susan?
Yes, you can reach me at my two hands for health at comcast.net, or 630-235-5712. You can text or call me. Texting's better, or massage book Quantum Energy Medicine with Susan. Thank you so much, Jill. It was a
Beautiful.
pleasure.
Thank you. Oh my goodness. I can't wait to chat again. We'll connect again. Bye bye. Thank you.
This is the Global Podcast Network, where executives and professionals connect, share, and inspire. Stay tuned for the conversations that drive success.